The satellite orbit bombing incident, also known as the Checkmate tragedy, sparked recollections of the horrible event witnessed here just 9 years ago. Are we continuing to ignore this?
Don't mind me, just killing a little time here waiting for the show to start. Man, it's a good thing you're here, because we have some really cool new stuff launching today. I'm so excited! Oh, and look at that! Right on time. Here comes our host now.
Hi Omni, how are you?
Good, thanks Gallup. All yours. See you later, folks.
Hello everyone and welcome. Just like Omni, I couldn't be more excited to be here with you today. We've got some incredible new ROG gear to show you, and I can't wait to give you a first look. ROG is driven by a simple ethos, relentless innovation for those who dare. We channel that innovation into groundbreaking experiences for gamers and enthusiasts, experiences that are truly out of this world. In January, we launched our most powerful and innovative gaming laptops yet, from the ultra-fast TriSCARD to the ultra-versatile Flow X13 with its optional Extreme Mobile external GPU. These became instant favorites. PC Gamer called the Flow X13 the most exciting laptop at CES 2021. TomSky said it's a two-in-one laptop like no other. Today marks another milestone on our journey of innovation. ROG is always on the cutting edge. We're always the first to adopt new platforms and new technologies. And today, we are unleashing the tiger inside. Tigers are quiet and lethal, stealthy yet fast and deadly. Our new laptops powered by 11th Gen Intel Core H series processor embody that same spirit. They are lethally powerful, yet capable of blending seamlessly into their surroundings. And to tell us more about the new 11th Gen Intel Core H series processors, I'd like to welcome our partner from Intel.
Thank you, ASUS, for inviting me to join you for this exciting launch. It's a thrill to be here to introduce some of the most innovative and highest performing Republic of Gamers products ever, all powered by our latest 11th Gen Intel Core H series mobile processors. 11th Gen Intel Core H series processors, with their rich desktop caliber performance of up to 5 gigahertz and 8 cores, 16 threads, delivers the highest gameplay performance. We've tested our top 11th Gen Intel Core H series processors against the best we could find in the market from our competitors, and we are confident that gamers will be impressed with the results. These latest processors feature PCIe Gen 4 with 20 lanes to power the fastest storage and graphics, as well as best-in-class wired and wireless connectivity with Thunderbolt 4 and Intel Wi-Fi 6 and 6E. These can handle the most demanding tasks that gamers and creators alike desire. Our Intel engineers and ASUS engineers collaborated jointly to develop some of the most innovative and highest performing gaming laptops out there, which we're very excited to show you very, very shortly here. Our engineering teams work closely with ASUS's R&D teams to enable the first 16-inch QHD 165 Hz panel. This is a first in the gaming segment with super high screen-to-body ratios. And in order to equip the new Republic of Gamers Zephyrus with our i9 CPU and the latest high-performance GPUs on the market, and deliver all of that with a thickness of under 19.9 millimeters, our Intel thermal teams consulted and collaborated on the design. Again, we're very excited about our collaboration and about the innovation that's coming out for gamers and creators out there with the latest 11th Gen Core H series processors. Thank you, ASUS, for the collaboration on the journey. Thank you for your partnership. We're excited. Congratulations on this launch.
Thank you, my friend. At ROG, we strive to make laptops for those who dare to want it all. Nowhere is that more obvious than in the first new laptop we are launching today, the ROG Zephyrus S17. This is a truly premium, performance-focused machine. It enables not only ultra-immersive gaming, but also pro-grade content creation. And it packs incredible power into a premium chassis that's sleek and slim. Under the hood, there's up to an 11th Gen Intel Core i9 11900H processor. This 11th Gen CPU has 8 cores and 16 threads clocked up to 4.9 GHz. That allows it to blaze through even the most demanding games and creative workloads. To back up this awesome new CPU, there's an Nvidia Geforce Rtx 3080 laptop GPU, which runs at 140 watt with dynamic boost. This GPU is built on the Ampere architecture, so it gives you realistic ray trace graphics and the power of AI. That means amazing visuals and performance in games, and the power you need for tasks like 3D animation and video editing. In Zephyrus S17, the Geforce Rtx 3080 also has advanced Optimus. This technology combines the long battery life of Nvidia Optimus with immersive and free gameplay of G-Sync. To tell us more about the Geforce RTX 30 series GPUs with advanced Optimus, please welcome our partner, Mr. KS from Nvidia.
Thank you, Galib. We're excited to partner with ASUS on the ROG Zephyrus S70. It is powered by Geforce RTX 30 series up to the flagship RTX 3080. These GPUs are based on the award-winning Nvidia Ampere architecture, a second-generation RTX architecture featuring real-time ray tracing and AI acceleration. The laptop is fully loaded with 5 different Nvidia Max-Q technologies to deliver amazing performance in a thin design that you can take everywhere. First, there's Nvidia DLSS, which delivers a massive performance boost at the same power through groundbreaking AI rendering. There are 2 more Max-Q technologies powered by AI. Dynamic Boost 2.0 manages power across the GPU, GPU memory, and CPU on a per-frame basis, so your laptop is constantly optimizing for maximum performance. And Whisper Mode 2.0 lets you pick your desired acoustic level and manages all aspects of the system to deliver the best possible performance at that acoustic level. Next, it has resizable bar, which enables the CPU to access the entire GPU frame buffer at once, boosting game performance. And last but not least is Advanced Optimus, which seamlessly enables both the long battery life of Nvidia Optimus as well as the tear-free gameplay of G-Sync. Plus, it reduces system overhead to deliver optimal performance and reduce latency in all your favorite games. In addition, all Geforce RTX 30 series laptops support Nvidia Reflex for the lowest latency competitive gaming, and Nvidia Broadcast for AI-powered voice and video.
I don't have to play good, but at least I can look good.
Get the ultimate gaming experience with Geforce RTX 30 series in the ROG Zephyrus S70.
To make the most of the powerful Geforce RTX 3080 GPU and the new Intel 11 Gen Core i9 CPU, the Zephyrus S17 features our cutting-edge ROG Intelligent Cooling 2021 innovations. This comprehensive series of solutions allow us to achieve industry-leading cooling performance. It starts with our radical AAS Plus cooling system, which opens up a large 12mm intake behind the keyboard, so cool air can be drawn from above. This increases airflow by 25%, which boosts performance and lowers noise. Liquid metal thermal compound on the CPU improves thermal transfer, so temperatures are up to 10 degrees Celsius lower than with regular thermal paste. ROG engineers develop custom equipment to apply this material at scale, and we use a special fence around the CPU to keep the liquid metal securely in place, which ensures long-term performance and reliability. Our new Octo fans incorporate 84 blades with a carefully shaped aerodynamic wave pattern. They are made with an advanced liquid crystal polymer material. Thanks to the material, the blades are just 0.1mm thin at the base, yet they hold their shape at high RPM. These fans increase airflow by up to 13% while reducing turbulence, so noise levels are even lower. Combined, this innovation allows the Zephyrus S17 to deliver next-level performance, all while staying as quiet and stealthy as a tiger. But this laptop has more to offer than amazing performance. When you open the laptop, the keyboard raises at a 5-degree angle to improve typing comfort. And we use optical mechanical key switches, which are incredibly precise and responsive. Our configurable multi-well also makes command control easier to access and is fully customizable, so you can optimize your flow. Up to 3 SSDs join forces in the fastest RAID 0 storage array available in the gaming laptop. We call it Hyperdrive Ultimate. This array tops out at 10.5 GB per second and with up to 3 TB of capacity. There's space for all your games and creative projects. The Zephyrus S17 also has a gorgeous 17-inch display that draws you in with 2 panel options. Gamers will love the QHD panel's 165Hz refresh rate and 3-millisecond response time, with G-Sync and Advanced Optimus for super smooth gaming. For those who want more detail, the 4K panel option combines a 120Hz refresh rate with a 3-millisecond response time. To make the experience even more immersive, the Zephyrus S17 features industry-leading audio. There are 6 speakers, including 2 pairs of voice-canceling woofers and Dolby Atmos technology to provide a rich spatial soundscape.
Hey, we meet again.
This is truly a laptop that goes a step above and a leap beyond.
So cool, right? And we're only just getting started. So come on, Gallup. Show them the other one. Show them the other one.
Alright, Omni, I was just getting to it. The Zephyrus S17 amplifies immersion with a bigger stage, but that's not the only way to draw you deeper into the experience. User and media tell us that slimmer bezels help focus attention on the screen. Shrinking the bezels can also make the chassis more compact and easier to take anywhere. We challenge our engineers and designers to push the limits, and the result is the highest screen-to-body ratio ever for a gaming laptop. This is the all-new Zephyrus M16. With super narrow bezel on all 4 sides, the M16 fits a 16-inch display into a 15-inch chassis. ROG engineers rethought the internal layout of the display components to make this possible. The top WQHD panel option is really special. Its 16 by 10 aspect ratio provides more vertical space. The brightness hits up to 500 nits to improve usability outdoors. And Pantone validation ensures accurate colors across the full DCI P3 color space. The high refresh rate and fast response time hit the sweet spot for speed, while Adaptive Sync ensures smooth gameplay with no tearing. You get the best of both worlds for gaming and creating, all in the same machine. Inside, the Zephyrus M16 features up to an 11th Gen Core i9 CPU that powers through demanding work like video rendering. It's paired with up to a GeForce RTX 3070 laptop GPU that strikes the right balance for display. Like the previous S17, this system uses liquid metal compound on the CPU, and it has 2 of our latest Arcflow fans. These ROG Intelligent Cooling 2021 technologies are available across the entire family of 2021 ROG gaming laptops. They help maintain incredible performance with minimal noise. We focus on the little details to make the Zephyrus M16 an exceptional machine for your everyday routine. The stealth-type keyboard stays under 30 decibels so you can work and play without disturbing others. Its 180-degree ergo-lift hinge rises at a slight angle to improve typing comfort and leans all the way back for maximum versatility. We also added a huge touchpad that's silky smooth and 20% larger than previous generations. The 6-speaker audio system is similar to the S17. You also get the same 3D microphone array, which has different modes optimized for gaming, meetings, and music. All this fits into an ultra-slim chassis that's under 20mm thin and 1.9 kg. The Zephyrus M16 is made to move, and its sleek off-back exterior fits in anywhere. The CNC mill lid hides shimmering prismatic film that subtly sets you apart. The huge 90 watt-hour battery lasts long enough to get through the day. Like with the rest of our 2021 gaming laptops, you can charge with Type-C adapters and USB power packs up to 100 watt, which provides even greater freedom to roam. The Zephyrus M16 blurs the line between gaming and artistry to bring premium ROG technology to a wider audience. It's also more accessible than you might expect thanks to versions with an all-new Nvidia Laptop Gpu.
Man, these new ROG laptops are really something spectacular! Wait, did I hear something about a new GPU?
That's right, Omni. You are a very good listener. So here's the story. The new Nvidia Geforce Rtx 3050 and RTX 3050 Ti laptop GPUs make the RTX experience more accessible than ever. That means higher frame rate with DLSS, higher realism with ray tracing, and smoother streaming with NVENC. And these GPUs aren't just available in the new Zephyrus M16. We're also making them available in a range of our 2021 laptops. Starting with the Flow X13, our ultra-slim 2-in-1 gaming convertible. Of course, the Flow X13 is still available with the optional SG Mobile external GPU for even higher performance. The new laptop GPUs are now also in the Strix G15 and G17, which are perfect for everyday gaming. In the Zephyrus G15, which gives you portable power for gaming and creativity. And in the Zephyrus G14, which offers downsize without compromise. Thanks to the new Nvidia Geforce Rtx 3050 family of laptop GPUs. ROG is bringing RTX to everyone.
Okay, so this is the all-new /ROG.
Omni.
Oh, hey there, Gallup. I'm just recording my review.
Omni, I haven't introduced this yet.
Oh, whoops. Never mind, folks. Forget you saw anything. Okay, bye.
Thanks, Omni. At ROG, we love gamers. We love creating amazing new products and technologies for them. But more and more now, gaming is more than just an activity. It's part of people's lifestyles. So this year, we decided to apply our ROG design philosophy in a whole new way. Introducing /ROG, our new creation from ROG design team. Let's welcome Zephyrus, the lead designer of /ROG, to elaborate more.
最初我们内部团队成员思考过一个问题嘛，假如我们要打造一个电竞时尚与生活感融合在一起的电竞品牌，那会是什么模样？那我们想要用崭新的视角去诠释不同以往的 ROG。这个新系列融合了4大概念：电竞、游戏、Cyberpunk 和时尚潮流。未来推出的东西都会围绕着这4大核心为主。那电竞呢，它就是提取电竞赛事中的对抗和体育竞赛精神。那我们希望把游戏竞赛带来的成就感，透过潮流设计手法重新去诠释。那游戏指的就是整个电子游戏的文化。那我们希望提取游戏衍生的次文化，融入到产品设计当中。Cyberpunk 则一直都是 ROG 品牌最基本的核心元素。那最后，时尚潮流这个元素，则是作为上述的3种的元素的载体，然后以一个概念的结合，可穿搭的潮流单品，让游戏融入到每位玩家的生活品味中。当初团队呢，在设计这新系列的元素时候，探索了很多可能性。一个可能性呢，源自于是什么组成的游戏，什么东西建构了游戏底层的根本核心？答案就是代码。那你现在玩的每一款游戏都是由成千上万的代码编写出来的，没有这些代码呢，去建构这个世界，那你的游戏可能就会黯然失色。那没有这代码去构成这些动作，你的游戏在这角色可能就没办法探索世界。那因此我们才会用 coding 的代码符号去结合原本的 ROG， 形成现在新的 logo。那再来谈到 logo 的品牌双色，桃红和靛蓝。那为了呼应电竞赛事，我们将电竞有对抗的双色红与蓝与时尚互相结合，最后才转化成桃红和靛蓝。这一次首播系列呢，我们以代码结合双品牌色为主轴，融入到包带的织带，那还有帽子上面的织标。那整个包体则是运用黑色雾面的质感，采用防泼水的 TPU 面料，搭配高级金属质感的扣具，这些细节的讲究，都是希望能够带给消费者更具潮流时尚的电竞穿搭单品。未来这个新的潮流系列会持续为大家推出惊艳的产品，让电竞时尚融入年轻人的生活。未来也请大家期待我们与各大潮流品牌、游戏 IP 跨界合作的各种可能性。
That's really exciting, isn't it? Okay, so let's take a closer look at these new accessories. The classic messenger bag is an ROG take on a classic design with room for your laptop and tablet. It's got a premium water-repellent TPU material for both style and durability. The sling bag is a more compact version that's great for carrying smaller accessories, or even the new ROG Phone 5. For a more versatile option, the /ROG multi-use drawstring bag provides 2 bags in one. It has a laptop compartment, and you can detach the outer bag, which has 2 pockets and a shoulder strap for easy carrying. And here are our caps. Whether you want a uniquely designed strap for extra style point, a stylish 5-panel design, or a customizable design with swappable hook and loop label, there is something for everyone. We're proud of these new products. and we want to give you an opportunity to check them out yourself. That's why we've updated our ROG Citadel virtual experience to give you a first-hand look at the new ROG Zephyrus S17, Zephyrus M16, and the brand new /ROG gear. You can download the updated ROG Citadel on Steam right now.
Or you can stay tuned for the first look at a new Citadel experience right here on the stream. Stay tuned, everyone.
That's right. Now I'll let our streamer Jake introduce the new ROG Citadel experience. And then Jake will chat with the team to learn more about the product we introduced today.
Thanks, Galp and Omni. That was really awesome. Hi, my name's Jake. When Galp and Omni aren't here stealing the show, I'm the host of our weekly live streams and podcasts. In a second, I'm going to show you how you can experience these amazing new products firsthand, well, sort of firsthand, inside the ROG Citadel. The ROG Citadel, of course, is our very own virtual experience, which you can download for free right now on Steam. But first, just a quick heads up, we're currently giving away $250 vouchers to Games Planet, where you can download the latest games to play on that sweet, sweet ROG hardware. To enter, just open up the page for this event and answer a few questions. You can click on the link in the description to get started. All right, let's get started. Welcome to the ROG Citadel. Now, we're here in the expo area where we can take a close look at the brand new Zephyrus S17 laptop. The S17 is a really premium machine that gives you the best of everything. It's powered by the super fast new Intel Core i9 11900H CPU, and we pair that processor with the Geforce Rtx 3080 GPU running at up to 140 watts with dynamic boost. So you get both amazing gaming performance and serious muscle for content creation. The chassis is a really sleek at just 19.9 millimeters, and there's a rising keyboard mechanism so you can hit those nice optical mechanical switches at the perfect angle. Now, the rising keyboard also opens up a vent that feeds our innovative AAS Plus cooling system, so the S17 runs incredibly cool and quiet even with all that powerful hardware inside. What else? We've got per key RGB lighting with Aura Sync on the keyboard, and you can highlight shortcuts in creative apps. The touchpad is 125% larger than the previous generation, which improves the everyday usability. Very, very cool. This is a really impressive machine. And over here, we have the new Zephyrus M16. This laptop packs a 16-inch display into an ultra-slim 15-inch chassis. Our engineers pulled this off by making the bezels incredibly narrow on all four sides, giving you a screen-to-body ratio of 94%, which is just awesome. Under the hood, there's a brand new Intel Core i9 11900H CPU, and we've paired that with a Geforce RTX 3070 GPU. So you get super solid performance in this slim and light form factor. The body of it in the exterior is simply gorgeous as well. You can see this nice off black exterior. And we have those CNC milled perforations with shimmering prismatic underneath that you can see here. Really cool. The keyboard has a 4-zone RGB lighting, and the touchpad is also 125% larger than last year's model. So again, awesome usability, especially when you're on the go. Okay, let's move on to the new ROG Gear, which is way on the other side. This is something a little new for us, but I gotta say, I really like it. Now, as you pass on through here, you can see a lot of our other products. We've got our 360Hz display, the brand new Claymore 2, the Gladius 3, the ROG Phone 5, I mean, you name it. But if you see this little animation on the wall, you got the binary, and you got the ROG text forming. What will happen when it ends? We're about to find out. Bam! The secrets. Oh, I want this in my house. This is so cool. Well, this is the new ROG Gear. That's a baseball cap here on the right. Nice classic design. There's this extra long strap on the back with the ROG design accents, which is really cool. I'm told you can tuck in the strap too for even more classic look. There's On the side here, we've got our messenger bag. This one will sit a 15.6-inch laptop and tablet. It's got stylish straps with ROG accents and a couple of zinc alloy buckles. And you've got a couple of outside pockets plus 3 quick access inner pockets, so it's really convenient. Very nice, very nice. So those are our new products here in the expo area, but the ROG Citadel isn't just about showing off cool new gear. We've also got the shooting gallery minigame down this way that we introduced back in January when the Citadel first opened. Now the shooting gallery minigame is right here, but today we've got a brand new minigame where you play as Omni. It's available right here. Okay, gotta survive the waves. These droids just want to steal my life away. Robot versus robot action. So the red ones, that one actually got me. They can zap you if they get close enough. The yellow ones, I think they shoot at you. Now you can find grenades and other power-ups across the map. That's what I'm doing now. There's another power-up. Cool, perfectly timed. This one seems to make you run faster and gives you a shield, but I don't think it heals you. I'm gonna save that one. Where is the next one? The next guy. Fight me. He's hiding. He's afraid. He's just been slowly chasing me. Okay, some grenades. Oh, yeah, ran right into that one. Well, this is one of our 2 new mini games that I wanted to show you guys what it's all about. Not going to try to set the world record right now. Perfectly timed. I was going to say, let's go check out the other mini game, our other new one. One of the new mini games, but there's actually a second new mini game that you can get to by going up the elevator and up to Omni's room. As you ride up the elevator, you'll see some other things that are pretty cool from the ROG verse, as it's continually expanding and growing. Right out here, we've got this hangar. You can see gate A of the hangar where they go out for their missions. And just above that, we've got the ROG Eye looking pretty cool. Right up here is Omni's room. And that's where you can play Electropunk 1988. Electropunk 1988. Great year, 1988, the year I was born. Okay, here we go. So it's just running along. Looks like we can jump twice. Spacebar or click. Oop, oop. Fall very fast though, so you don't want to jump too early. Seems like we're slowly picking up speed. Okay, we did get the star. I assume this makes us invincible? Yeah. Oh, wow, that wore off immediately after I hit that. A little scary. 300 hertz. So fast. Such refresh rate. Wow. Cool stuff in the background, a lot of like ROG phrasing taglines for those who dare and so on and so forth. 300 hertz. Where's the 360 hertz at? I almost didn't see that. Oops. Okay. Doing all right, getting a little bit faster. Picking up speed. Oh no, I wanted that. Amateur move. Cruising. I shouldn't have jumped twice there. That was risky. No. We're moving real fast now. Oh, God. Getting dizzy. Oh no! I didn't even notice it. Well, you know, that's going to do it for the Citadel, but stay tuned because we're just about to kick off a very special episode of our ROG Pulse podcast. We'll be chatting about the Zephyrus S17, the M16, and as well as showing off some of the ROG gear in person. So stay tuned. We'll see you in just a bit at ROG Pulse. Thanks for watching. Man, I can't believe I ran into that obstacle. Wandered. What's up, Sasha? Welcome, everyone, to ROG Pulse. This is our weekly podcast we typically do where we cover all kinds of hardware and different topics here from ROG. But today, we're jumping in and we're showing off hands-on with the S17 and the M16. As you know, my name's Jake, but joining me here, we've got Sasha from our headquarters. How are you? What time is it? 8:30?
Yeah, 8:30 p.m. Getting a bit tired over here, but yeah, really excited and amped up by that launch. Really interesting, really cool stuff.
A lot of really fun stuff to come up here. Which one are you more excited for?
The M16. I love slim bezels.
the M16.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to be getting hands-on, and I just want to remind everyone once again that we are giving away $250 Games Planet vouchers. You can just type !giveaway in Twitch. It's also, I mean, there's a link in YouTube, so you'll find it in whichever stream you're watching. You'll find the link there. So be sure to enter that giveaway, and shout out to Games Planet for supporting us in that effort. But okay, so let's just jump right in, and guys, we'll take your questions as we go through with these hands-on experiences. But let's start with the S17. Sasha, give me the rundown on the specs for this machine.
So yeah, compared to the Zephyrus S17 that we have on the market already, that we've had for 2 years now, you can see that the keyboard is now moved up to the traditional position, basically where we expect it, where you have it on most laptops. But it's now folding up. So this is the same mechanism, slightly modified, reinforced, but the same mechanism as what we use on the Zephyrus Duo. So instead of a ScreenPad Plus, the second display here, we have a keyboard on here. And not only did we upgrade the keyboard location, but the keyboard itself. And it went from a little bit shallow laptop keyboard because we wanted this to be super slim, right? To the best keyboard we have in our 2021 lineup. So it's the same optical mechanical keyboard as on our Strix Scar 2021. It's a very nice, clicky sounding and feeling keyboard. And yeah, so because the palm rest is flat with the desk, and then the keyboard is raised up at 5 degrees, that actually makes it really comfortable to type on. And I mean, yeah, I work here, so obviously I'm going to say good things about it. But generally, this is the most comfortable laptop keyboard that I've ever typed on. Really, I can say that hands down. Yeah,
I've used the Scar switches, the optical mechanical switches that is on that product, and they're nice. They're very comfortable because previous keyboards on laptops, I have not been a fan.
And I've honestly not expected how much of a difference it makes to have the palm rest be flat and the keyboard raised at an angle versus just the whole laptop raised up, because
I can see it.
I always thought, yeah, I mean, like it's probably about the same. It doesn't really make a big difference. And it's only 5 degrees, but it really makes a notable difference. Like you can really feel it. And I'm actually used to higher angles for my keyboard. I always prop them up as high as they can go. But yeah, this is really nice, really comfortable to type on.
So we've got some questions flowing in here. Will there be a webcam on the S17?
Yes, there is. And not only that, like you can see, we made the bezels slimmer compared to the version that's on the market. Especially the bottom bezel is notably slimmer. And then we have the top bezel at about the same thickness, but we now have a webcam. So that's really cool. And we managed to squeeze in a webcam without making the bezels bigger, because that was originally the reason why we removed the webcam, to make the bezel super slim, which people really liked.
Oh, okay. Everybody wants to know battery life. What is the battery life like on this device?
So for this one, we're looking at around 8.5 hours, 8 hours. I mean, it depends what you do, right? So if you're just browsing the web and you have really low brightness, then you can probably push it, 10, 12 hours, something like that. And if you're playing games on it, it's probably only going to be around 2 hours, maybe 3, depending on what kind of game you play and if you play on integrated graphics or a dedicated GPU. But on average, like video playback, around 8, 9 hours. So definitely it's going to get you through the day.
Yeah, that's great. I think the first question I saw when everything kicked off was, how much is it? What's the price? Can you share any info on that?
Well, that is actually really interesting, because that also depends on the configuration you're getting. And what's special about the S17 2021 is that you can get it with a 3060. So you can imagine that is a whole new price point for this model, which makes it a lot more, approachable for a lot more people. Price depends on the region, depends on the configuration. So for that, stay tuned. It will come to the market very, very soon, and you'll be able to see it on local e-tailers, retailers, and you'll be able to see which configuration and which one you can get. Yeah. Also depends on the panel. We have different panel options and so on.
Yeah, there's a lot of variables. That makes a lot of sense. Let's get hands-on with the keyboard. I actually want to see this a little bit up close and personal.
Sure.
Show me this. How far does it go back? Now, you said it goes all the way back? The screen?
The screen? Oh, I think
the
ergolift one. You want to see how far the screen?
There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
Now that venting, how much of a difference is that going to make?
Oh, it really makes a big difference, because you can imagine as the laptop opens up this much, so to get this much airflow, and we lift up the keyboard this much. So yeah, it's the angle is much better to type on and to game on, but it also helps a lot with cooling. So to get the same kind of performance from the laptop and this much airflow in the same chassis without having high temperatures and getting really loud, we would have to make the laptop this thick. Basically, it would have to be this thick the whole time. But opening it up like this allows us to, when you close it, it's really slim, and when you open it up, you have the benefit of almost having a laptop that would be this thick. So that's really the benefit. Lower temperatures, it's quieter, better airflow. And also you raise the keyboard not just up to a higher angle where it's more comfortable, but you're raising it away from all the hot components, right? So that's the number one thing that everybody's talking about gaming laptops. The keyboard is going to be warm, and in some scenarios, if you push it to the highest performance, it's going to get a little warm, maybe very warm, But on this one, you can expect the keyboard to be really comfortable. We're drawing fresh air constantly from the sides. We're lifting it away from all the components that are creating the heat. So yeah.
Okay. What about the I/O ports on this? What is the total number of USB? Do we have HDMI, DisplayPort? What are we offering?
Yeah, so what's special about this one is because it's based on Intel's latest H45, the big boy Tiger Lake, the big boy 11th gen. So we had the H35 already on the market. Now this is the 45. So we get Thunderbolt 4 and we get PCI Express Gen 4 SSD. So we have 2 ports here. We got Thunderbolt, we got Type-C charging upgraded to 100 watts, like all 2021 ROG models. Nice. We got quick charge, so from 0 to 50%, we can charge the battery from 0 to 50% in 30 minutes, like all 2021 ROG laptops, even on Type-C. So you can bring a small, lightweight Type-C PD charger and go from 0 to 50% battery in only 30 minutes. Pretty cool. Yeah, we got a full-size USB-A here. We got an HDMI port here, gigabit LAN. And on the other side, we got a full-size SD card reader. So that's a new thing as well we didn't have on the previous one. And 2 more USB-A ports. So yeah, the Zephyrus series, as you know, is our ultra-portable gaming laptop series, but it's also a crossover for gaming and content creation. And that's also where this SD card, full-size SD card reader comes in. And that's also where the panel options come in.
Perfect. We talked, Gallup showed a little bit about the new fans on these laptops.
Yeah.
What other kind of features do we get with the cooling? Like, is this stepping up across the board in terms of the power?
Yeah, so we got
Or the
high
performance would be cool.
Yeah, so compared to the previous S17, we had a TGP. We were pushing the TGP up to 110 watts. On this one, we pushed it all the way up to 140 watts for the 3080, but actually for the 3070 as well. And the 3060 is pushing for really high TGP as well. So no matter which GPU option you go for, you get really high TGP, really good high performance graphics. And yeah, cooling wise, liquid metal. So we got liquid metal all across the board. I still remember when we were pushing engineers to please just give it a try it again, come on, try to make it work. And yeah, then we had it on mothership first, and then we had it on several Zephyrus models, and now we have it on all the ROG 2021 models. Have liquid metal on the CPU, and that really makes a big difference. So you get around 10 degrees lower CPU temperatures on average, which is really nice just from having the thermal paste. And you know, in the past it was always the thing, or people generally tell you like, yeah, you know, when you get a gaming laptop and really know what you're doing, you can open it up and you can repaste it, you can get better temperatures and better performance. On this one, you don't have to. There's no way to get better thermal paste than liquid metal. That's the best you can possibly put on there, and you probably don't want to try that yourself. It's not that easy to apply. Yeah.
Yeah, we've actually done a couple shows on that.
Yeah.
If you guys want to check the past episodes of RNG Pulse, you could learn more about liquid metal if that's something you're interested in, because it is something that requires a lot of precision and definitely has a risk factor. But that's why we have our special, you know, our engineers made a machine to apply it.
Several
and
machines,
we have our own system for that.
All automated.
Yeah, exactly.
I still remember that, Ryan and and we both used liquid metal several times, but you know, I still remember spending 30 minutes scooping up that liquid metal from the desk, bit by bit, drop by drop.
Precious. What about audio?
Audio, yeah. So we got 6 speakers in both the S17 and in the M16. And like Gallup mentioned, those are 6 speakers, 2 tweeters, and then 2 sets of dual force canceling speakers. So we got a set on the left side and a set on the right side. And essentially, it's like a sandwich of 2 speakers. And the reason we're doing that is because the main thing that limits actually how high you can push the speakers in a laptop is vibrations. So they create vibrations in the chassis, in the palm rest, especially if you have them somewhere close to the palm rest, and you want to avoid that. First of all, you can hear those vibrations. You have other parts in the laptop that start to vibrate. Everything has its own resonant frequency, right? So depending on what you're listening to, everything starts to vibrate. You have extra noise. So to avoid that, we basically offset the signal of those 2 speakers, so they don't put out the frequency exactly at the same time. So that way they kind of interrupt each other's vibrations, and that way we don't have vibrations in the palm rest, but can still pump up the volume and especially the lower frequencies, the bass, to much higher levels, and have really nice audio on this. And yeah, a couple of us internally, you know, we've been using this for a few weeks now. Not flexing, just saying, the speaker quality is really good, and it's to the point where you don't need some kind of like Bluetooth speaker or some kind of like pod that you can talk to and that can also play music, but you just have your laptop running in the background and you just have music running on there, and it works perfectly fine. Yeah, and also for watching movies and watching YouTube, the volume is really good, the clarity is really good. It's really cool. You know, not having to use a headset or external speakers, especially when you use it all day. You really get used to, you know, it's so nice that you don't have to use a headset anymore. Yeah.
It is always good to, you know, because so many other devices just have weak speakers, and that's no bueno. Another question we have is, what is the brightness on the display of the S17?
Oh, okay. So the brightness is around 350, 400 nits. It depends on the panel, but I think they're both 400 nits. So we got 2 panel options. Like I mentioned earlier, since this is our crossover series for gaming and for content creation, so we have the more gaming focused panel, which is QHD, 165 hertz, 3 milliseconds. And then we also have a 4K 120 hertz panel that is more content creator focused. So the idea is you can play at 4K 120 with DLSS, so that's cool about DLSS, right? But probably the idea is most people are going to use the 4K panel because they want that much pixel real estate for video editing or some other content creation stuff. They just want to have that resolution, right? And then when you're playing games, you have the 120 hertz, 120 FPS, so you can play at full HD 120 FPS. Or you can also get the benefit of having 120 hertz the whole time, like just scrolling. Even just scrolling on a website or in documents is so much nicer with 120 hertz, especially when you get used to it, on your phone and on your monitor. And then, yeah, having it on the laptop all the time as well is really cool.
Very nice. I think that's, for the most part, the questions we have for the S17. Have you gamed much on this device? I'm just curious.
No, unfortunately, I haven't had
the
time to play on this one, but I've used the keyboard. Like I said, it is really comfortable.
You tinkered, but you haven't gamed yet. Okay.
No.
Yeah, I was just curious if you had pushed it to the limits, had a chance to see what kind of noise levels we get. But if you don't know, then that's fine.
Well, that's the cool thing as well about our laptops. We give you the freedom to choose, right? So we have silent mode, we have performance mode, we have turbo mode, and manual mode. And in manual mode, you can set the CPU fan and the GPU fan separately and not just fix it to an RPM, but you can create a fan curve based on what the CPU temperature is and what the GPU temperature is. What should the CPU or GPU fan speed be at each of these temperature different settings? So you can go very deep in configuring this however you want. And yeah, the easiest way is, you just switch between the different modes. In silent mode, you have less performance, but it's only 35 decibels. And then performance, it's around 40, 45. And in turbo, probably around 48, 50, something like that. So yeah, you basically can choose how much performance do you want and how much noise can you accept. If you want the highest possible performance because you're playing Valheim and it's being really hard on your system right now, you can just put on your headset, set to turbo mode, no problem. And if you're just playing League of Legends or something, you can switch to silent mode, 35 decibels. I can guarantee you probably cannot even hear the fans, and the laptop is super quiet. And if you're playing League of Legends or something like that, works perfectly fine. Even CSGO, unless you're being like super pro with super high FPS, works perfectly fine.
I like how you look at Valheim, you never say this is a game that's going to stress your machine.
Right.
But it will. It will.
It will. It is the new Crisis, right? I mean, it's crazy.
Sure.
I've seen some people with like killer setups, like a 3090, and they only get like 30 FPS in some situations. Yeah.
One thing that we didn't talk about is, and we can take a look at, is the multi-wheel. Because this is something I don't know a whole lot about. I haven't actually owned a device that has a multi-wheel. So what is this all about?
So what it's all about is, originally we didn't have...
Can we show it off?
Yeah, sure. So we made it way bigger. I don't have the previous one here to show you, but the previous one was around the same width as just a regular keycap here. But this one you can see is almost 3 times as wide. So it's like more than 2 times as wide as the previous volume wheel. And the benefit of that is, first of all, some people have rather big fingers. There's one guy in my team with really big hands. He's a really big, buff guy. So for him, that's much better. And then in general, you don't really have to aim for the volume wheel. So it's, by default, it's a volume wheel, but you can assign almost any function you want to it. Well, not almost any function, but there's several things you can assign to it. Screen brightness, keyboard brightness. You can use it to scroll. You can use it for several different things. But yeah, what's cool about it is because it's bigger now, you don't have to aim for it. So you just intuitively know somewhere above there, F1, F2, that's the volume. You just, you don't have to look at it. You just intuitively just swipe up and swipe down. Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. All right, let's jump over to the M16 because this is the one that you said you're most excited about. I think this is probably one of the coolest looking systems we've ever made.
Oh yes.
So let's just look at it in person. I want to see that prismatic shimmer.
Okay, so this is just want to be clear that we're in very specific lighting conditions here. So it's going to look, of course, it's going to look nice because we set up the lighting to be perfect for this. So there you can see.
Look at it.
There you can see as it opens up and as you close it. It almost looks like there's an animation running across it, right? On the lines going from one side to the other.
It does.
But this is purely passive. So this is a nano patterned film that we put under the lid. And that creates this cool animation. And don't worry about it. Like I said, this is a very specific lighting condition. If you carry this under your arm outside, it's not doing that all the time. And it looks like you have an RGB disco ball under your arms and you draw all sorts of attention. So this is only when you open up the laptop and there's specific light falling in at this angle and it's going to reflect almost at the same angle back there. So, but yeah, it's a pretty cool animation, right? And it doesn't use any power. And yeah, it looks pretty cool.
I know a lot of our other devices, like, with the enemy matrix display, those are laser etched holes. Exactly how do we create the pattern in that whole display?
CNC'd. So the holes are CNC'd, but on some of them are laser drilled as well. And so the G14, originally, that's where this comes from, right? We have this hole pattern where we drilled like almost 10,000 holes into here. It's like 8,200, what was it, 79? Let me see if I got that right, but over 8,000 holes that we drilled into this, originally for the enemy matrix. But then you can see on the 2021 G14, for the non-enemy matrix version, we have this prismatic film. So we're like, the people that get the one without enemy matrix, we don't want them to miss out on too much, at least give them some kind of animation, right? So we have that in the G14 2021, and now also in the G15 and the M16, Zephyrus M16 too. And so these holes closer to the hinge down here, these are actually laser etched. And the reason is because if you drill the holes, they're all the way drilled through. But we want to make sure that the structure is really good, especially around here around the hinges. So they're laser etched, so they don't go all the way through the metal, and that way the structure
just to get that graphic look, and the texture. Cool. All right, so let's just kind of refresh everyone's memory. What kind of specs were you looking at inside this machine?
So it's Core i9, 11th gen, 11900. So really high clocks, really good performance, 8 cores. And we have up to an RTX 3070, 80 plus 5 watts for dynamic boost. And it's based on Intel's latest and greatest. So it does have Thunderbolt 4. It does have PCI Express Gen 4 as well for 2 SSDs, and they can run in RAID 0. You can rate them up to get even higher performance, which is insane SSD performance. And the same thing, quick charge, 0 to 50% in 30 minutes. We got the same 2 Type-C ports here on the side. We got 100 watt Type-C PD charging, USB, gigabit LAN, HDMI. And on the other side, we got a micro SD and a USB-A port. And in case anybody's wondering about the micro SD card, so the reason we're not going for full-size SD card that's a very common question, is because a full-size SD card slot is something that you have to make a compromise for. If there would be enough space to add extra ports, we would add extra ports. The only way to have a full-size SD card slot would be to sacrifice any of the other ports that you just saw. At least one of them, because full-size SD cards are actually pretty big, so that's the reason. Micro SD is something that you can usually still find some way to squeeze it in without having to sacrifice a USB-A or USB-C port or HDMI. That's the reason for that one.
All right. Well, the big thing with this laptop is it's the world's first ultra slim gaming laptop. So let's look at that bezel.
With the ultra slim bezels, 4.6 millimeters. And I mean, anyone who is following our laptops probably saw our ZenBooks that had ultra slim bezels and set the record for the highest screen to body ratio a few years ago. I think 1 or 2 years ago. And we did a very similar thing here, where essentially, we push the screen down a little bit. So there is still a bottom bezel here, but we're hiding it a little bit, so you don't really see it. Fine in my books, as long as I don't see it.
What is the difference between a gaming notebook and a regular notebook? Why is it harder to make the bezel smaller in this instance?
So as you push the refresh rate of the panel up, you have to push those pixels. You literally have to push them, and you have to switch them, and it takes energy. So the more often you switch the pixels, the higher the refresh rate of the panel, the more energy you need to switch the pixels on and off. And those that electrical energy has to be provided by some panel drivers. It's called panel driver. So it's not like a driver you download like your graphics driver or something. It's an actual physical chip, and you need more of those chips, and you need bigger, beefier of those chips to drive a panel at a high refresh rate. And you have to put them somewhere, and they have to be close to the panel. So those are what we're hiding down here, basically in the bottom bezel. We still need space for that. And that's why it's so challenging to make a gaming laptop panel, high refresh rate panel with slim bezels. Very tricky to do.
And one thing I noticed when we were looking at that bezel, is that a webcam?
Yes. So we made the bezels slimmer, and we still managed to squeeze in a webcam. So really cool.
720p as well, or what?
720p with 2DNR and 3DNR, so that really makes a big difference. It removes a lot of the noise that you usually see on webcams, especially if there's like a darker part in the image. Cool. As you would have when you're playing games, and you're in a dark environment. Yeah.
Question from chat: will there be dual channel RAM for the M16?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, there's dual channel memory, of course.
Okay. Battery life on this one?
Battery life on this one is a little bit better. It's around 10 hours video playback. So you can expect all the numbers compared to the S17. It's going to be the battery life is going to be a little bit longer, obviously, because this one is a 16-inch panel versus a 17-inch panel. So there's a small difference there. Yeah.
So the highest end GPU is a 3070. What is the lowest you can go?
I think there's a 1650 option, but the really interesting ones are definitely the 3050 and 3050 Ti. So those are really interesting. I'm really looking forward to those. Yeah, really good price performance, good performance overall. And because the chip is smaller, I mean, I'm a nerd, I'm a geek, so the chip is smaller. So I'm betting that you can churn out a lot more per wafer, which means hopefully there's much less of a shortage for these. So there's going to be a lot more supply for those, which I'm looking forward to.
We can hope.
Yeah.
Pray to the GPU gods. So when we're looking at this device, can we upgrade to an extra? It has an M.2. Does it have 1 or 2 slots?
Two M.2 slots. Yeah,
you can upgrade.
Yeah, you can rate them. So for the S17, it has 3 SSDs, which is crazy. The last time we did that was in the Griffin, and in the G703 Griffin, and also in the ROG mothership in the GZ700. So those were the last time we did triple SSDs in RAID 0. The same thing we do now in the S17 2021. So 2 attached to the CPU and 1 attached to the PCH, all of them Gen 4 this time. So that's what we call the ultimate array, basically. That's how you get the extreme performance, 10 gigs per second, crazy fast performance.
Chad's asking about the touchpad. How big is it, and do we have anything to help with smudges? Anything smudge resistant?
Yeah, so the touchpad on the S17 is huge compared to the previous one, because the touchpad on the original S17 was on the side, right? So we pulled the keyboard to the front, we had the touchpad on the side. So on the S17 compared to the previous one, the new one is more than twice as big. So 125% as big. It's really big. Let me just quickly show the S17. Not sure if the question was specifically about the S17 or M16. I'll just show both. So there you go. That's a really big touchpad. You can see bigger than the spacebar, so definitely very nice. Also, compared to the previous S17, it has an actual proper numpad now. A lot of people care about that for a 17-inch. And here you can see the touchpad on the M16 is about the same size as on the S17, but the chassis is notably small. You can see it's like going all the way to the front here, and it's a glass touchpad. So it's very nice. It's pretty big as well. Don't get confused about the tiny spacebar here. So this is not the standard keyboard layout. This is, I believe, a Japanese keyboard layout. So this is just a mock-up sample. It's actual working sample, but it's not the US version or the European version. So don't get confused about the keyboard layout there. But yeah, big touchpad. Fingerprint resistant, yes. So we have a coating. I just had a pizza for dinner, so there might be, there's some smudges. But that's my bad. I'm sorry. I had pizza for dinner, so very greasy fingers, and you can see it's not too bad. For general use, so when I use this regularly, I didn't notice any smudges at all, and I didn't notice any fingerprints at all. It really, it is the same
throw
coating.
You under the bus, and he had pineapple on his pizza, chat. So take that how you
will. Why you gotta do me like that? Oh man. I'm gonna get killed now. Well,
no, it's a 50-50. I feel like a lot of people like pineapple. I'm not in that camp though.
Sweet and sour chicken pizza. So in my defense, it was not pineapple ham.
Okay.
If that makes a difference. So yeah, the coating is really nice. It's the same coating that we have on the G14, but on this one it's additional layers, so it feels more grippy. And yeah, one of my team members explained it really well. I think that's a good way to explain it. It's hard to describe. It feels a little bit like a car dashboard. like, you know, in the car. So it's nice and grippy, but not rubbery. Yeah, it's a really nice coating. I really like it. We have that on, yeah.
Cool.
M16.
I assume this is still liquid metal on this CPU?
Yes, yeah, all ROG 2021 laptops, liquid metal. Intel or AMD, all liquid metal.
Overall, like the cooling on this, like the thermals are a lot better than the last generation. We're talking like 10% increase. Like how much better are we looking?
Well, if you want to compare thermals, it's hard to say. I haven't looked at numbers like running the same benchmark or running the same scenario, 10th gen versus 11th gen. I haven't really looked at that. So I can't really comment on that right now. Okay. I don't want to say something wrong, but overall, what's different between 10th gen and 11th gen, or between our 2021 laptops and our 2020 laptops, is we actually did reduce the noise level for our different operating modes. So that should give you an idea that yes, the cooling potential, the cooling performance has improved, because otherwise we wouldn't be able to do that. And on the S17, we even have higher graphics TGP, and we're still able to reduce the noise in the different operating modes compared to the previous one. So we're going from the previous gen, it was 45 dB in performance mode. This 2021 generation in performance mode, they're all around 40 decibels, so almost 5 dB less. And in turbo mode, it was previously 50, 48, and it went down to 45 now. So just to give you a rough idea.
Yeah. One thing I noticed in our presentation earlier was the stealth type keyboard. Have you noticed that being as silent as a claim?
Well, it's a really noisy environment here, so this is not really the perfect place. But yeah, it is very quiet. So that's, you know, one of the drawbacks of a mechanical keyboard is obviously it's clicky. So yeah, you can hear the clicks. If you more into a keyboard that's super quiet, so for example, you know, if I want to sneakily play a little bit without waking up my son at home, this would probably be the better choice. It is very quiet and still has a nice feel to it, nice tactile bump to it. Yeah, so under 30 decibels, and I think it's less than 30 decibels. So I think you have to hit these keys really hard to get it to 30 decibels.
A lot of people are asking if the RAM is soldered.
Excuse me. I'm good.
Yeah. Is the RAM soldered?
Is the RAM soldered on the M16? Yeah, so half of the memory is soldered onto the motherboard and half is on a SODIMM slot. So you can expand it and you can upgrade it.
Okay, very cool. What? Oh, this is single sign-on, right? We've made that kind of the norm.
Yeah, single sign-on. That's so for people who don't know, you press the power button once, and then it turns on the device, and then it takes your fingerprint at the same time. So you only press the button once, and then once Windows finished loading and is ready, then it gets the data from the fingerprint sensor and then logs you in. So on other devices,
just like the phone. Yeah.
Yeah. On other devices, I'm actually surprised. There's still a lot of laptops out there where you have to press the power button once, then you have to wait until Windows is ready, and then you have to put your finger back on the power button. So, yeah, really cool that we're bringing this to so many models now.
Really, really convenient. Let's take a look at the ErgoLift 180 degree, because I know that's something we were showing off, and this...
Yeah.
What is the real benefit of this? Why would someone want this?
So it's kind of funny because... You know, I live in Asia, so I see this all the time. There's a lot of people here with consumer laptops and commercial laptops that have a 180-degree hinge. So they put the laptop flat on the table like this, let's say in a meeting room, and then everybody can, you know, stand around the laptop and look at it, point at it. You can have like a whole group around the table and everybody can see what's on there. It's kind of like turning a laptop into a tablet that's on the desk and everybody can see what's going on.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that's one of the benefits. For me personally, what I really like about it is most laptop stands are something like this, so you can still type on the built-in keyboard at a comfortable angle. I have a different laptop stand that allows me to adjust the angle, and I can prop it up really high. And the reason you would want to do that is because you can see now the screen is raised up, so it's much more ergonomic to look at. And I can have the laptop standing up at a high angle and push it all the way to the wall. So I have all desk space for an external keyboard, external mouse, and other stuff. And yeah, it helps with cooling as well, obviously. So those are the two main benefits of having an ErgoLift 180-degree hinge. Yeah.
Nice. I mean, never hurts to have more options and flexibility when
Right.
it comes to the hinge on the panel.
If you're somebody who's like, I don't need this, I don't care about this, like, don't worry about it, just don't use it.
Awesome. Panel brightness?
Panel brightness, 400 nits.
400. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was 500.
Sorry, for the M16. Yeah, for the M16 it's 500 nits. So that's
Okay,
another
yeah.
thing that's really cool about the M16. Not only does it have the slim bezels, but it's a QHD panel, 16 by 10, so it has extra pixels. It's 2560 by 1600 instead of 1440p. And it has 500 nits panel brightness. It's 100% DCI-P free. It's Pantone validated. And it has adaptive
nice.
sync. So it's got like all the checkboxes you could possibly want. It can do it. Yeah.
Saw another question in chat. Does it have Type-C charging? Every single laptop we have is Type-C charging now for this year, which is awesome.
Yes.
So, yeah, big. I think that's huge.
One cool thing I want to
but-
mention about this one as well. So we usually have several panel options, right? And if you go
Yeah.
for more of an entry-level configuration, you don't go for, max out everything. You usually don't get the top panel, or it depends on the market, depends on the shop you buy it from. Even the not top-of-the-line panel, so we have a QHD 165 Hz panel, right? There's another panel option in here. If you go for maybe the 3060 or 3050 Ti configuration, you might find it with a lower tier panel, but even that panel is still 144 Hertz QHD 2560 by 14, full HD plus. So it's 1920 by 1200, but it's 144 Hertz and it's 3 milliseconds as well. And it's 100% sRGB. So even the basically mainstream panel for this one is really nice.
Yeah. Is it only 16 by 9?
16 by 10. 16 by 10.
Oh,
So it's
perfect.
1920 by 1200, which I think some people are going to go about reminiscent like, 1920 by 1200. I remember that. That was like, that's how people showed off back in the days, Like everybody was at 1920 by 1080, and then people were like, I'm at 1920 by 1200.
Yeah, no, it's that the additional real estate makes a difference.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's really cool. It's basically like, the taskbar is not taking away any space. It's like having that extra space there.
As a streamer, I've always hated it because I need to stream in 16 by 9 because the average resolution is 16 by 9. But that's just me being picky.
I mean, you can still do that, right? With a 16 by
Yeah.
10 panel, yeah.
No, this is true. This is true. All right. Well, I don't know if we have any other questions. We'll keep our eyes on the chat for that. ROG Slash, obviously, that we'll have more information for that in the near future. That's the new line of, we showed off the hat, we showed off the bag, some new stuff coming out from that. I assume we'll get some other stuff within the product line, and we'll find out exactly what that will be. I was hoping you'd have something to show me since you're at headquarters, but
No,
nope,
I don't have any of the ROG Slash stuff. I saw it and I asked about it, but that's the stuff that we used for the launch event. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, guys, I just want to point out a few things. Now, number one, the Citadel, which I was playing just a bit earlier, you can download that for free on Steam. And there are a bunch of different mini games in there. We showed 2 today. There's also the shooting range that already existed. We added that back in January when CES happened. So if you're interested in taking a close hands-on look, yes, we only poked at a couple laptops there today, but you could see everything from the Flow X13 to, the Scar, you name it. We even got some desktops in there. There's an experimental desktop case that we have on display in there as well. The ROG Phone 5. There's all kinds of cool stuff you can run around and explore in the Citadel. And again, it's free. Check it out. Something to do in your afternoon on Steam. You can download it now. But we're also giving away $250 vouchers to gamesplanet.com where you can find all your favorite games. You can download pretty much anything. I mean, I know they have Resident Evil, which just dropped, Resident Evil Village. They've got all kinds of great games on Games Planet. So be sure to check them out and enter our giveaway for that because, well, it's a chance to win $50. Like, you can't lose. Well, you can lose, but if you win, yay.
Yeah,
Sasha, any final thoughts? Or
Yeah,
what are you gonna say?
I think that's the cool thing about, we're giving away 250. So usually when there's a giveaway, it's like, yeah, but what are the odds that I'm gonna get it? Like, but 250, there's actually good odds. You might actually get one of the cool ones.
$50. So there's 200 of them. They're each $50.
Yeah,
But
yeah. Oh yeah, sorry, 200 coupons, $50 each. Yeah. So I think there's still a really nice chance of getting it. And yeah, Resident Evil, I saw PewDiePie playing it, and I saw the part where your hand gets cut off and you just attach it and it works fine again.
Come on.
Well, okay. I mean, that's not really game revealing.
Yeah,
but
I'm sure.
That part was hilarious. Yeah, you just pour in some alcohol and you just.
I think that was in the initial trailer, anyways. So.
Oh yeah, it was. Oh, I didn't see the trailer.
I believe so. I watched the launch of the game a while back.
So
cool.
Yeah.
Well, Sasha and everyone, I think that is going to do it here for our Unleash the Tiger event. We've got 2 new great devices coming out very soon. There will be more information on availability and pricing, so keep your eyes open. But until next time, we'll see you later. Take care.